Good day, everyone. Welcome to the course, The Contemporary World. I am Mamshe, your instructor, and throughout this semester, we will explore how countries, people, businesses, technology, and cultures are becoming increasingly interconnected. As agriculture students, you might wonder, why do we need to study globalization? That's actually a very important question. Every day, the food we eat, the seeds we plant, the fertilizers farmers use, and even the prices of agricultural products are influenced by events happening around the world. By the end of today's lesson, you will understand why globalization matters, not only to nations, but also to every Filipino farmer. Before we begin our lesson, let's look at what's happening around the world. Today is the continued impact of the climate change on food production. Many countries have experienced severe droughts, floods, and extreme heat, reducing crop yields and increasing food prices. For example, when rice production decreases in one country, neighboring countries may also experience shortages because many nations rely on international trade. This shows that what happens in one part of the world can affect everyone, including the Filipino farmers. This is one example of globalization. Now let's play a quick game. I will show you several products or brands, and you will try to guess what product or brand is being shown on your screen, and try to interact by commenting your answers. Okay? Ready? Alright, it's done. How many correct answer did you get? Comment down below, okay? Okay, so now, here is the interesting part. Even though these products or brands come from different countries, we can easily buy or access or purchase them here in the Philippines. Why? It is because of globalization. Imagine our world becoming smaller, not physically, but through technology, transportation, communication, trade, and migration. Today, a Filipino farmer can watch farming techniques from Japan through YouTube. Businesses can sell products online to customers overseas. Students can attend international webinars without leaving home. This is globalization. Now, let us define globalization. Give me a word. Okay, so your answer might be one of those many words above, but here is the definition of globalization. Globalization is the increasing interconnectedness and interdependence of world cultures, economies, and governments. Globalization is also the growing connection and sharing between different countries, and it is driven by international trade, new technology, and the movement of people and trade. Yes, so let us highlight the words increasing, interconnectedness, interdependence, growing, and sharing. Because there is no specific situation or picture of globalization. It is increasing. Yes, increasing, growing. interconnections between countries across the globe. How does globalization differ from internationalization? When we say globalization, of course, global, and when we say internationalization, international. But here's the definition or the difference between the two. When we say internationalization, it is the development of unilateral or multilateral relationships between nation states. So this is only the scope of the relationship is only by the neighboring countries, among the neighboring countries, and or the nation states. While when we say globalization, it is a supranational or above or more than national. It involves more than just a unidimensional interaction between countries and goes beyond solely national concerns. The scope is global. Okay, another one. When we say internationalization, it is the specific process of a company or product adapting to operate across different national borders. But when we say globalization, it is the wide integration of world economies, cultures, and societies. There is a difference, a big difference in terms of the scope of the connections. Now let us proceed to the characteristics of globalization. Globalization can be observed through different types of movement across countries. Instead of countries functioning independently, they continuously exchange resources, ideas, people, and cultures. Now, let us examine each characteristics one by one. First one is the movement of people. People travel from one country to another for various reasons. Some travel for employment. Others pursue higher education. Many travel for tourism or business. Filipinos are among the most mobile in the world. Millions of overseas Filipino workers contribute to the economy while supporting their families back home. In agriculture, experts from different countries may visit the Philippines to introduce new farming technologies or conduct agricultural research. Likewise, Filipino agricultural graduates may work abroad in countries that need skilled agricultural workers. Globalization makes this exchange of people easier than ever before. I have a simple question here, since we are talking about the movement of people, especially of those people who are working abroad. If you were offered an opportunity to work in another country as an agricultural specialist someday, would you accept it? I bet most of you will answer yes. Okay, so another movement or the characteristic of the globalization. The second one is the movement of goods. Products are bought and sold across international borders. Think about your local supermarket. You may find apples from New Zealand, grapes from the US, oranges from China. Similarly, Philippine bananas, pineapples, coconuts, mangoes are exported to different countries. However, important products also create competition for local producers. This is why understanding globalization is essential for future agricultural professionals. The characteristic of globalization is the movement of information. Today, information spreads almost instantly. A farmer in Camarines Norte can watch YouTube videos about Japanese farming. Agricultural researchers can share discoveries with scientists around the world. Weather updates can help farmers prepare for storms. Artificial intelligence or the AI, online learning, and digital agriculture all depend on the rapid movement of information. It is because technology has made knowledge accessible to almost everyone. And you see, we are actually benefiting from this. The fourth characteristic of globalization is the movement of money. So money flows from one country to another through international trade, investments, remittances, and financial transactions. For example, Filipino workers abroad send billions of pesos home every year. Foreign companies invest in agricultural businesses in the Philippines. International organizations also provide funding for agricultural development projects. These financial movements create jobs, improve infrastructure, and support economic growth. The fifth characteristic of globalization, the movement of culture. We can actually, all of us can relate to this, especially when the Korean foods, especially the Korean samgyeopsal, became famous in the Philippines. That in everywhere, kahit saan ka tumingin, in every street, there is a Korean samgyeopsal that every Filipino would love to try. But the culture, it does not only include the food. It also includes language, clothing, traditions, beliefs, music, and lifestyle. So because of globalization, we enjoy Korean dramas. Every one of us, and not only the Korean dramas, but also other countries' dramas. Also the Japanese anime, American fast food, Italian pizza, and Thai cuisine. Of course, at the same time, Filipino culture is shared with the world through our festivals, music, cuisine, and agricultural products. However, globalization also reminds us to preserve our own cultural identity while appreciating other cultures. Can you name one foreign country that has influenced your daily life? Comment down. Okay, so now we are done with the characteristics of globalization. Now, let us see if you actually learned. Let us have a quick review game. You are going to identify the characteristic, whether it is the movement of people, goods, information, money, or culture. Okay, so now we're done with the characteristics of globalization. Got it perfect 5. Now, from our discussion earlier, we can say that there are drivers of globalization, or the things that maneuver the movement of the globalization. I'll show you each one of them, but try first to guess the following. These are the drivers of globalization. Now, globalization, since this is a movement, is not created intentionally, specific purpose, it just happened, the globalization. Now, globalization, according to our experts, has positive effects and at the same time negative effects. Let us try to see each one of them. In this video, we will only try to identify them. In the next videos, we will just try to discuss each one of them as they are included in the next topics. For the positive effects, we have more jobs, access to technology, international education, agricultural innovations, and export opportunities. It is very clear. All of these are positive effects. Every one of us can benefit from the globalization. Of course, there's another one, the negative effects of globalization. The environmental degradation, income inequality, dependence on imports, loss of local culture, and competition. The mentioned negative effects are just only some of those negative effects that we experience, or some of us experience, from the globalization. And we will only discuss all of this in the next videos. At this point, we are going to summarize our lesson. We understand that globalization connects countries, it affects economies, it influences agriculture, and it creates opportunities and challenges. Globalization is more than concept discussed in the classroom. It is something we experience every day, from the food we eat and the technology we use to the people we meet and the cultures we encounter. As future agriculture professionals, understanding these global connections will help you become more informed, innovative, and responsive to the challenges of food security and sustainable development. Thank you for joining our today's lesson. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you in our next discussion.